source of River Nile. Like here is the first spring.
Oh, okay.
This one separates Lake Victoria from River Nile. This is the great Lake Victoria. It's the second largest freshwater lake in the whole world, from Lake Superior in Canada. The Great White River Nile.
Okay.
Then we are at the source of River Nile. Like here is the first spring.
Oh, okay.
This one separates Lake Victoria from River Nile. There are many springs, but only in the river.
Okay.
This contributes to 30% of the White Nile's water. 70% is contributed from the Great Lake Victoria.
Right.
And then at this point is where John's Peak marked the 0 mile. Like there is...
Wait, just let me take that.
That concrete stone, like a pyramid in shape.
Right.
Well, it has the metal on top. And then the metal goes deep down. It was to measure the depth and then to separate Lake Victoria from River Nile.
Okay.
That was marked in 1862.
Okay.
And then at that time, River Nile was still narrow and very small in size.
Okay.
Like that island was only filled after the construction of the first dam.
Okay.
That's a man-made island, and it was to separate the Lake Victoria from River Nile, basing on the point 0. That was already marked in 1862. That island was filled in 1947 after the construction of the first dam.
Right.
So now from the source, we're right in the lake. This way is the lakeside. This is the great Lake Victoria. It's the second largest freshwater lake in the whole world, from Lake Superior in Canada. Lake Victoria is shared by 3 countries, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. So this is the smallest part of the lake in Uganda, and then there is the opening or the direction that way. So the farther you go, the wider the lake becomes and opens. And then in south we find Mwanza Port of Tanzania. There is Kisumu Port in Kenya, and then Port Bell at Luzira in Uganda. Like Entebbe Airport is behind that peninsula.
This the side.
That's that peninsula. It's behind that. But then you take this direction, and then we go round to the rest of the lake. Lake Victoria was formed as a result of downwarping. It's a downwarped lake, like a depression, rather a basin or a trough in shape. So this lake is filled, or it's fed by several rivers and streams. Only River Nile is the outlet, the only river that takes its waters away from Lake Victoria.
Right.
Remember, I told you we have 2 Nile rivers, Blue Nile and White Nile.
Right.
Blue Nile flows from Lake Tana in Ethiopia. The White Nile is flowing from this lake, the Great Lake Victoria, here in Uganda. So they join Blue and White Nile at Khartoum in Sudan.
Okay.
From there they flow as one river up to the Mediterranean Sea.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Lake Victoria itself feeds the major percentage of the waters to the river, the 70%. But even though Lake Victoria wasn't there, River Nile could still survive. It could exist, but at a smallest extent of the 30% of the natural spring waters.
Okay.
All right.
Perfect.
So it's switched off for a reason, please. I wanted you yourselves to differentiate the difference between a lake from a river.
Okay.
This stopped this in the river would be flowing one-way direction towards the river flow direction.
Right.
And now in the lake, we only controlled by the wind. So the direction where the wind blows is where the boat will move, will
right.
be pushed.
So that's the lake.
In the lake.
Right. But
Yes.
the river is like it will take you with it.
Yes, sir. It flows
Exactly.
one-way direction.
A very good point, Adam.
Right. Maybe one more thing. There is a port in the first harbor for Uganda.
Let me just zoom it.
Right. It's called Jinja Port, where ferries dock from Tanzania, some from Kisumu in Kenya, and others from Port Bell.
That's the one, right?
Yes, sir. It's called the Jinja Port.
Jinja Port. Okay,
Yes,
that's
please.
Jinja Port.
Yeah.
This river is passed from the Kenya.
This is a lake. It's shared by Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. So the river flows from Lake Victoria through Uganda, through Southern Sudan, then Northern Sudan, up to Egypt.
Oh, okay, right, up to Egypt, right.
So it flows from here up the Mediterranean Sea.
all right, all
Right. It's where it pours its waters from Alexandria into the sea. Right. So he had switched off for that, and now he wanted you differentiate yourselves, the difference between the two water bodies. He wanted you see where the lake opens that way, the
Right,
direction
right.
of Lake Victoria.
Exactly.
And maybe the first port for Uganda. From here, we're getting back, please. From the lake side, we're getting back to the river side.
Thank you so much, man.
Welcome, sir.